They talk about the boom, but do they mention the bust? The headlines scream luxury, but the numbers don't lie. It's time to look the market straight in the eye.
Welcome to the Miami Condo Exchange, where we break down the price, the scope, and the range.
With Peter Zalewski, the authority here, making the complex simple, making the murky clear. From the buy-side pressure to the sell-side heat, we're tracking every move on the concrete street. We got the data, the stats, the metrics you need. Beyond the flash and the glamour, we're planting the seed of truth. We analyze the trends, we map out the spread. Is it vintage charm or a money pit trap? We're looking at the analytics, closing the gap. Past performance, present shock, future prediction. Separating hard reality from the friction of fiction. No sugarcoating, no fluff, no disguise. Just the raw condo numbers right before your eyes. South Florida is shifting, the tides start to turn. If you don't know the math, you're gonna get burned. Yeah, this is the Miami Condo Exchange.
Welcome to the Miami Condo Exchange, where we break down the price, the scope, and the range.
With Peter Zalewski, keeping it real, digging deep in the dirt of every single deal. From the buy-side pressure to the sell-side heat, the only podcast you need on the Miami street. Hey.
Real numbers, real talk.
The hyperbole stops here. This is the Miami Condo.
Condo Exchange, y'all.
Happy Tuesday, Miami. This is the Miami Condo Exchange, a podcast about data, trends, metrics. We're going to dig deep into all of it right now for what's going on in the condo market of Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. I'm Peter Zalewski. I'm a condo consultant. I'm an expert witness. I'm also the founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. I do these podcasts every weekday at 4 o'clock, so be sure to tune in and watch live for free. If you want to watch it on demand, you'll have to join the Miami Condo Investing Club. To get more information on the club, go to miamicondo.club. By the way, this week's podcast might be a little bit shorter. Why? Because tomorrow is our monthly virtual meeting. Once a month, always on the second Wednesday of every month, I do a discussion for club members where I tell them about where we are, where we were, and where we're going based on the data and the research we've done for the last week, whether it would be digging deep into the stats, talking to people, or just sort of going out and hit the streets and trying to figure out what's going on in the condo market. So if you're looking for information about the condo market, we're probably going to be able to cover much of it, if not all of it. And we're going to give you straight talk in terms of what's going on in the marketplace. So whether you are a buyer DIYing it, maybe you're a buyer working with a realtor, maybe you're a buy-side broker, you're trying to figure out how to, what's going to make the most sense, where are the opportunities. Maybe you're on the sell side. Maybe you're somebody who's taking on listings and you're not sure, can't figure out why they're not selling. Maybe you're a lender, maybe you're a regulator, maybe you're just a gadfly. Anybody and everybody interested in the condo market in the Tri-County, South Florida area of Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, we are talking directly to you, and there's no sugarcoating. There's no Chamber of Commerce talk here. We're going to give it to you straight and give you the facts and let you kind of go out there and do what it is you're going to do. For this week's podcast, what we're going to do is the centerpiece is going to be the latest update of the Miami Condo Cliff Index. This is an index we created a little over a year ago now. It was January the 1st of 2025. We put together a way to kind of gauge what was going on a week-over-week basis throughout the Tri-County area. So we look at South Florida, we look at Miami-Dade County, we look at Broward County, we look at Palm Beach County. In addition to that, we look at 19 additional markets, whether it be Coconut Grove, all the way up to Greater Downtown Miami, Key Biscayne, Fisher Island, Miami Beach, Sunny Isles Beach, North Miami, Hollywood, Hallandale, Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, Delray, all the way up to West Palm Beach and downtown West Palm Beach and Palm Beach Island. So we're tracking all of the condo market, try to give you real-time information. Why do we do it? Because a lot of times if you rely on condo statistics, data, closed sales, they tend to be very late. Typically, data is released at the end of every quarter, and based on the end of every quarter, that takes the processing time. So you could be 30, 60, 90, maybe even 120 days late because of the processing in terms of when the deal closed versus what's actually going on right now. And timing is important, especially in a market like this, which is showing the increased inventory, falling transactions, and basically buyers sitting on the sidelines waiting for a deep discount. That is the overview, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the numbers. And again, just to remind you, because you're watching this live, I'm going to go ahead and share all our charts and all our data with you. If you want to watch it in the future, you're going to have to see it on demand, and you would therefore need to be a member of the club. More information on the club at miamicondo.club. So let's just jump right into it. First thing we're going to start off with is we're going to show you some charts so you can get a visual, and then we'll drill down into the actual numbers. These are going to be the numbers that were pulled today as of January the 13th, 2026. So I'm sharing right now for you to have a gander. See if I got it right here. Yep, there it is. All right, we just pulled it up, and what you're looking at here is going to be the Condo Cliff Index for South Florida. This will be Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, and the blue is going to be the vintage condos. The black is going to be the overall marketplace. Now, important to keep in mind as you go forward in this condo market, a lot of people like to talk about location, location, location. I would tell you location's almost secondary or tied for first. Why? Because the age of the building and the structural integrity of the building is going to be very important. Ever since that tower collapsed, the Champlain Tower South over in Surfside, which is a small little town or village located on the barrier island of Miami-Dade County, it's immediately north of Miami Beach, and it's just south of Sunny Isles Beach. Once this tower came down in June of 2021, nearly 100 people died. $1 billion settlement was paid out to the families of the victim. A bunch of things changed with the Florida legislature. And as these things changed with the Florida legislature, what you found is that insurance companies wanted to know exactly what they were insuring. And the only way to figure out what they were insuring is they would have to be, condo associations would be required. They have to do studies, not condo association members, but more so experts, licensed architects, licensed engineers. So what has been going on is these studies have supposed to have been conducted. They were supposed to be done going into 2025. Many associations were not able to accomplish that. Therefore, the state gave them an extra year. Now, all the studies effectively should be, or at least most of them, should be put aside and done, which now gets us into the next phase. Once the experts were able to figure out what was going on, they did it in the form of either a structural integrity reserve study, which is done every 10 years, and or a milestone inspection, which is done at the 30-year anniversary of a building. So once all that's identified, then a dollar amount is put onto it as to what's it going to cost to fix it, a shelf life projections put on it in terms of the various ideas, and then the condo association has to go. They have to pass a budget, and now they're required to start collecting reserves in order to pay for the work. If they can't collect the reserves, they have to go out and take out a bank loan. These bank loans can be very expensive, and increasingly they're not banks. They're actually going to be private money, i.e. hard money lenders. And these interest rates could be 9% or so. And the term of the loan for this to do the work could be as long as 25 years from what I've heard in terms of talking to some people who are dealing with these types of situations. So that's our circumstance. And as a result of that, you are seeing the cost of condo living accelerate, increase, take off, skyrocket, whatever you want to call it. So you got the maintenance fees going up. Now you got the special assessments because of the studies that were done. And then in addition to that, you still got the insurance. I did a podcast with a commercial insurance agent a couple weeks back. That person told me that there's a pullback in insurance premiums. Why is that? Well, because now the insurance companies know exactly what they're dealing with, and we had a relatively quiet hurricane season in 2025. Therefore, the insurance premiums have pulled back, according to this person, by as much as 40%. We'll see if it holds. We'll see if it lasts. But basically, we're going forward in our whole evolution and our change as a result of the Surfside collapse back in 2021. So we went through, we studied it. Now we're actually starting to pay for it, and then we're going to have to fix it at the same time. And that's what's happening. Keep in mind, one general contractor who I interviewed for one of my podcasts, and remember, I do them 5 days a week, weekdays at 4 o'clock South Florida time. This gentleman told me every $2 million of